I bet it's nice and cool in here. Or really humid and moist and stinky. Mushroom. Hello and welcome to the channel. We're going to do a playthrough of Dear Esther, the Landmark Edition. The people over at Guillotine PR were talking about Still Wakes the Deep, their upcoming game. And Jake name dropped Dear Esther. And I'm like, wow, you know what? Let's be smart. Let me go ahead and play this. So we have the lighthouse, the buoy, the caves, the beacon. So let's start with the lighthouse, shall we? It's time to rock and roll. A part of me tells me I've played this before, but I don't remember.
Not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me. When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly, and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later,
oh, I have control.
Even they have
I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. I thought it was just him. Homeboy. What was that? Homeboy just talking. Let's see. What can I find? What's this? That's amazing. Wow. I don't like the audio. Help. Yes. Oh. It's pretty good. Good writing. Good writing. Yes. A wonderful story that tells all. No, doesn't it? Now, I know that this game is a walking simulator. These people went on to make, what was it called? Everybody Leaves for Rapture or something like that. I don't know if I have that one. I actually should double check. See, I might actually play through that one, especially if people watch this one. I know Still Wakes the Deep. I am absolutely excited for. Like, it looks so good. Like, wow, does it look good. So, and they also worked on Amnesia, Machine for Pigs, which I have that one. I'm too much of a coward to play the Amnesia games. I've played the original one. Oh, I can fall off that cliff, can I? Don't do that. I played the original one very briefly, and then I turned it off because I couldn't handle it. But that was when it came out. Eventually, I might go and play through those, but
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter.
Yeah, right.
Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter.
That was very nice of the cliff.
116 years later.
Oh.
The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claim to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Thank God I can just slide down that. Walking all the way back. Let's crash on the beach, all right? Not much changes from the real world, huh? Reminds me of Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. That it do. So this is a walking simulator artsy game, if I'm right. So if you're looking for action, you're not going to get it here.
When you were born, your mother told me, a hush fell over the delivery room. A great red birthmark covered the left side of your face. No one knew what to say, so you cried to fill the vacuum. I always admired you for that you cried to fill whatever vacuum you found. I began to manufacture vacuums just to enable you to deploy your talent. The birthmark faded by the time you were 6 and had gone completely by the time we met, but your fascination with the empty and its cure remained.
Interesting. So, when we were born, the head nurse spoke up, and he said, "Leave that one alone." And she went on to tell us right now that we were to the bone.
Crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market.
Okay.
It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
Ugh. Right, we need the goats to eat the trash. How it be? So I'm assuming I'm going where I need to go, right? Am I backtracking now? Hold on. What do you got for me? Can I go in the water? Can we swim? Can I go dunk? Or maybe I shouldn't go in the water. So sorry. Did I do something wrong?
Come back.
So thank you. Thank you. So, well-known fact about me, I have a underwater games with water is like one of my biggest phobias. Like stuff in the ocean and stuff like that. But I still play the dang games. What am I doing? Does this count as a cozy game? I don't know. Yeah, Ambiance says otherwise, maybe. But still. Now, for a game as old as it is, it's quite nice. Aesthetically pleasing to look at. You know, it's enjoyable.
The mount is clearly the focal point of this
I
landscape.
turned on closed captions, by the way.
It almost appears so well placed as to be artificial. I find myself easily slipping into the delusional state of ascribing purpose, deliberate motive to everything here. Was this island formed during the moment of impact? When we were torn loose from our moorings, and the seatbelts cut motorway lanes into our chests and shoulders, did it first break surface then?
What good questions to ask. Yes, metaphorically speaking, one must ask these things of things. I feel like I'm going the correct path
When
now.
someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this: to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh,
But of the mind.
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Is this game spooky? No, this game's not spooky. It can't be spooky. There's no way. Is there? I mean, looking at it, they worked on Amnesia and Still Wakes the Deep. I'm just saying, this might be. Oh, no.
I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Interesting.
I would leave you presents outside your retreat.
Oh, thank you.
Interim space between
Oh.
cliff and beach. I would leave you loaves and fishes, but the fish stocks have been depleted and I've run out of bread.
What?
I would row you back to your homeland in a bottomless boat, but I fear we would both be driven mad by the chatter of the sea creatures.
Is this some Cthulhu stuff? No. No, we're not doing that. Okay. It's very poetic so far. I'm digging the vibes. Was I supposed to do that? Am I just walking? Is it just that? There's the cave I was earlier. The music started playing. Wait, there's two paths. Hold on. Are there any speedrunners for this game? That'd be funny, actually. Because I think we came from up there. Interesting. I feel like this will be one of my more chiller videos. I'm very interested to see what this is about. I don't think I've played this. Must have been thinking of some other game. Music's great, by the way. Like, I'm rocking out. Yeah, because we came from up there, so we're going this way now. Yeah, I'm very excited for Still Wakes the Deep.
I've become
it just looks great.
I'm not alone here, even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
Interesting. So we're going to keep going this way then. This rock formation. Is this game a Cthulhu thing? Oh, there's one of the Bibles you mentioned. And Bibles and science, huh? That's good. So there's two paths. I don't know if that's a path. We're gonna go this way. The weather's looking a bit grim. Should we be walking out this far? What was that noise? Is that the wind? I hope so. I don't, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna get spooky over here. Might get spooky. I mean, it's a little spooky. Just the fact is that we're alone. Okay, that is the wind. All right, let's go down. Loading.
Dear Esther.
Ah, Esther.
I've driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome break services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Okay. This is a very mysterious game now, isn't it? Yeah, see, there's a path that reconnects the two. So I think I was supposed to go this way, right? Interesting. I mean, so far so good. A lot of boats. It's pretty cool. Who here doesn't like a good boat? I'm going to investigate the boats as much as it lets me. I will get to the bottom of this mystery. Interesting. So is there nothing here? Can I not get on the boats? No, I don't think I can. It'd be too dangerous to begin with anyway, but there's a cargo container over there. Just makes me wonder because we have a split path this way. Looks to be that way, but that way goes right up. Then walks me back down, it looks like. So we're gonna go this way. Yeah. Imagine seeing something like this in real life, huh? It'd be very interesting to see. Like a ship graveyard or just this in general. I haven't been out to a lot of places, so I don't have a lot of experience with this kind of stuff. Oh, hello.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
What's this? Can I interact with anything? No. The markings everywhere is wild. Neither did nor eat nor drink. And neither did eat nor drink. What does that mean? Well, I'm invested now. I want to know what's going on. It's very interesting. So, like, are we considering, like, shipwrecked people hermits? Because you made it sound like there's more than one. Oh.
Visited me in the hospital.
Don't drink so much
After
soda.
the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh. So he was hit by a drunk driver. That's how my great-grandpa died. He was a stage performer in, I think, New York. He had like a novel and everything on his life. Which was that a giant hole? I'm gonna go down there. Hold on. Yeah.
What charnel house lies at the foot of this abyss? How many dead shepherds could fill this hole?
Concerning. It seems like I can die in this, as you saw when I went to the water. Yeah, no, that's how my great grandpa died. I never got to meet him, but according to my family, he would have hated me. So that's pretty cool. Well, that's fine, I guess. Sure. But some of my family members compared me to him, so it's like, dang, imagine hating yourself.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Interesting. Very interesting landscape. How these pathways are set up. I would love to go visit like a foreign countryside like this, like in like Germany, Norway type, like Denmark area. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I've never left the country, so barely left the South. Ugh. I'm from Chicago, but I was raised in the South. Please.
Shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure his
Now, what does
wife.
becoming a man of breeding mean?
Donnelly records.
Does that mean he doesn't want to be a hoe?
He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2
Ah,
years
he was into his goats. Got it.
There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's more paint. What does the paint mean? These symbols mean something. Interesting. Yeah, this is definitely new to me. Hello.
3 cormorants seen at dusk. They did not land. This house built of stone, built by a long-dead shepherd. Contents: my camp bed, a stove, a table, chairs, my clothes, my books. The caves that score out the belly of this island, leaving it famished. My limbs and belly famished. This skin, these organs, this failing eyesight. When the battery runs out in my torch, I will descend into the caves and follow only the phosphorescence home.
This game is already insanely poetic. Jesus. Okay, I get the hype behind this. This is very interesting. I know a lot of people will probably find this very dreadfully boring, but I don't know. I like to view video games as an art form. I like to view them as a form of expression, a way to tell a story. A book can be art. A movie can be art.
Jakobsen's ribcage, they told Donnelly, was deformed, the result of some birth defect or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him, unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half-light, his skeleton a discarded prop, a false and calcified seabird.
A calcified seabird. I wonder what that means. Like, the seabird has too much calcium, right? Is that what we're going for?
They found
Look at the shortcut, ready?
in early spring. The thaw had only just come.
360 no scope.
Even though he'd been dead nearly
There's that
7
entertaining
months,
to you Call of Duty
the body
bros?
had been
Oh, alright.
frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot. But he is proving an unreliable witness.
Oh. Oh, that's really dark, isn't it? It's quite dark, actually. Okay, let's go into the caves. I almost called it the gays. It's where the gays go to recluse.
I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Interesting. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Oh, whoa! He just pulled me right in. He slid on down, huh?
Did Jakobsen crawl this far? Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks? Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
Hey, we're in the cave now. I know this game is short, so let's get through to the rest of this. Kind of on a art scale, I'm gonna put this there with Abzu. Abzu is a very artistic game to me. Wonderful game. I'm enjoying this one a lot right now. It's a different direction from what I normally play on the channel. As funny as a lot of games like this are literally just horror games nowadays. Let's see. So we're gonna walk around this way. Got it. Horror games do a lot of the walking simulator stuff.
Taken the car and shaken it like a cocktail. The glove compartment had been opened and emptied with the ashtrays and the boot. It made for a crumpled museum, a shattered exhibition.
Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. See, look. See, that looks like two fists punching a wall. That's a crab. That's a crab. That's probably ovaries. That's a tree. It's a rake. What an artist. Oh, I see a boat over there. That was pretty cool. So there is a story to be told in these odd paintings, huh? Those are dots. More dots. More dots. Oh, wow. Oh. 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 Okay. Oh, no. Please go up. Out of the water, please. Thank you. Okay, that wasn't so bad. It's the what if of what's in water, you know? Does that make sense? The fact is we have an ocean with countless things in there that a lot of us don't understand. mean, I played through all the Endless Ocean games on the Nintendo systems, and that's anxiety. One of my favorite games is pure anxiety, which is Subnautica. So I love that game. It's amazing. Boy, did it get me going on my phobias. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. What? My fiance was entertained watching me play it. She was entertained, so I kept going, and then I got hooked on it, and I didn't feel as full of anxiety on that one after a while. It was nice. But I still have the anxiety, so down there. Oh, don't get too close. I don't think I'm supposed to. I mean, I probably could, but I don't know what will happen. I'll probably just go, "You've died." That's where I came from, right? No? Oh, that is where I jumped from. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Long way through. I bet it's nice and cool in here. Or really humid and moist. And stinky. Mushroom. Looks like we're crawling again, huh? Neat. Cool. Huh. Nothing. He hasn't had anything to tell. There we go.
My own death throes. The infection in my leg is an oil rig that dredges black muck up from deep inside my bones. I swallow fistfuls of diazepam and paracetamol to stay conscious. The pain flows through me like an underground sea.
Okay. Okay. Let's go up. I see there's multiple paths. I don't know what taking those would do, if they do anything. You might have more dialogue for that. I don't know. I mean, when I wandered around earlier, that kind of deterred me from following the slightly obvious path that I need to take. But I could be wrong. This probably might even be the path I have to take. Let's see, look. It's splitting again? No. What is that? More paint cans. Interesting. Maybe this isn't like a Cthulhu thing. This could be Nordic. Oh, wow. But what's down?
This is a
Oh.
brown man's face reflected in the moonlit waters. It can only be a dead shepherd who has come to drunk drive you home.
What? There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Behold. Dinosaurs of Taken. Dinosaurs of Taken. Behold the dinosaurs of Taken. Okay, you know what? You might be a mathematician over here. Well, this might be Cthulhu, though. Because, like, look at all this. I see some, like, weird, like, DNA things, runes, technological stuff, maybe. Maybe it just depends on how you interpret it yourself. Away from being a city. And it something be a something heap. Bioluminescent hangs from the ceiling to allow me to see where to go. Yes. I wonder what was the other path. I mean, at this point, it could have been anything. Oh, maybe I should have gone the other way. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do this to me. Oh. Oh. Don't do this to me. Okay, that was short. Please get me out of the water. I've never seen the movie The Descent, but I know of it. I'd like to get away from here. Okay, more water. Thank you. We're going down, aren't we? Oh, no, 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 I didn't do that. I just wanted to look down at it. You didn't have to yell at me and throw me down a hole. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Help. Why are we in a city under the water? What? We built this city on rock and roll. Alright, I'm just gonna walk forward. This is so weird. What is this? Okay, thank you. Oh. Up, up, up. Music is dramatic. No, 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 no. Stay afloat. There we go. That looks like the way out. I'm going to take it. Oh, boy. So close. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. We're so close. Why are you going slower? This game's quite pretty, though. Art direction means everything in a video game. And in a movie. Book, nah, not so much. Books are made for the imagination. These are, movies are made for the stimulation, and games are made for the pro gamers. Here we go again. So we're out of that cave and into another cave. There's a tent. Esther, I might have found you, sir. Tell me, what news do you have from the good land? He doesn't have any news from the good land. Two paths again, huh? That one leads to a dock.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have
See?
had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
I found the brush and some lit candles. So we're kind of losing our mind. Okay, so the paths all do connect. So I guess it's just depending on your perspective of what path you choose. Interesting. More paintings over there. Oh, hello.
Dear Esther, I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
Is that a person or a bush? Was that a person or a bush? That's freaking me out, man. Okay. Oh no. It's in the cave. More paintings, huh? Let's investigate. Maybe he'll say something cool again. I think it's just for us to look at it. Interesting. Oh, another picture though. Hold on. Well, whoever that is they got punch broken. So we got a radio tower up there still. We saw that in the beginning of the game in the distance. I swear that's a person. It's like, why is there a light right there specifically? Why are there lights over here? That's the other question I have. Let's see. Burial ground for his car. Dang. Poor car. It didn't deserve to drown like that. Vroom vroom, kerchow.
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be summoned into activity.
Okay. A light from heaven shone. That's what I got out of walking past that. So handle this way. Oh. Was that what you were talking about? Calciated seagulls, huh? Ooh. We don't need to do that. See, there's that. Yeah, see? There it is again. A light from heaven shone around him. I guess that's correct. How do I get back up? Yeah. You know what? I'll walk. Can I go up here? No. Let's walk back then. Well, at least I got to read that. So my curiosity was quelled on that. I found the calciumated birds quite disturbing. Like, nothing you don't see on the side of the road every day, technically, when you think about it. Especially in the south.
Here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Very artsy. Interesting. Let's keep going. Plus the path. There's an upper path right there, but what does this take me to? What's in here? Here's a boat dock. I guess it's a boat dock. I mean, you can't really do too much outside of that. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Egg. Okay. I'm glad the eggs are now your religious leader. That's pretty cool. Whatever floats your boat, little man. Let's go up here. I wonder where it's gonna take me next. So we went through the weird beginning part. We went through the caves. Now we're on the other side of the mountain. Huh. I guess we're going this way. Is this not the direction where that person was standing? Maybe it might be a bush that just looks like a person, or a bush and it looks like a bush.
Blind for a few minutes as I struggled up the cliff path. I swallowed another handful of painkillers, and now I feel almost lucid. The island around me has retreated to a hazed distance, whilst the moon appears to have descended into my palm to guide me. I can see a thick black line of infection reaching for my heart from the waistband of my trousers. Through the fugue, it's all
That's a person.
like the path I have cut from the lowlands towards the aerial.
There is a person here. It has to be a person. You can't tell me that's not a person. Look. That's a person. Watch, we're gonna go up there and they're gonna be gone, aren't they? It's the painkillers, I'm telling you. The oxycodone is getting to my brain.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Okay. And as he was proceeding on his journey. Okay. I am proceeding on my journey. Thank you so much. Interesting. Must be getting closer to the end. Here's another one. Oh, hello. And was come near to dang. And he what? Oh, whoa. Yeah, oh, we're getting spooky. And he was 3.
Only Donnelly had experienced
days.
this. He would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I.
With
Just as I am becoming this island, so he
outside.
became syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Just took a turn, didn't it? I don't like that noise, wind. You can stop now. Thank you. Oh, thank you. We're out of the purple zone. God. Well, once again,
Headlights reflected
art.
in these retinas. Too long in the tunnels of my island without a bottom. The sea creatures have risen to the surface, but the gulls are not here to carry them back to their nests. I've become fixed, open and staring, an eye turned on itself. I've become an infected leg whose tracking lines form a perfect map of the junctions of the M5. I will take the exit at mid-thigh and plummet to my Esther.
Interesting. A lot of metaphors. Once again, I actually had a conversation with myself, obviously, about how indie games are the only ones that are truly doing good and have just actual art form of direction in any of your titles. Having art, good art in a art direction in any video game can keep a game alive for a long time and keep it going for generations. Nintendo has always been amazing at that. Without art, your game is nothing more than an empty shell. The amount of games coming out with AI, I mistakenly played one recently, and then I learned after I started playing it that it had AI in it. I was not happy about it. Got rid of it immediately. It was empty. It was soulless. It was awful. There was no heart behind it. There was no passion in it. It was copy paste. I could name off 3 games that it was copying, and there were other indie horror developers. This is a story. This is art. This is metaphors. Music really sets the mood in this, though.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jakobsen back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Okay. I think we're getting to the climax of this, huh? Character sounds pretty angry. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, I think this game actually came out sometime. The original version of this came out sometime after I started getting into PC gaming more. I built a computer and got Steam because I remember seeing this with a couple other titles. Back in Steam's heydays where you can get like games for dirt cheap.
I will abandon this body and take to the air.
Oh.
Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Well then. Poetically beautiful. That was absolutely an experience. That was very good. Very well done. Yeah, that was the end of it. Well, good job. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, but that was very artistic. That was very well done. I really liked that. That was really good. Wow, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Check this game out for yourself. I'm pretty sure there's a lot that I missed or walked past and didn't notice. Maybe you can find something. Support the developers. Check out Still Wakes to Deep when it comes out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.